Welcome back to Freespace 2 on Paladin Gaming. We're going to the 6th mission of the Fall of Epsilon Pegasi.
Welcome to everyone who made it here to the Jackson. I'm Captain Peters, commanding officer of the GTC Providence, and the highest ranking officer present. Our rallying call was heeded by several other ships in this area of Epsilon Pegasi. Unfortunately, the turnout has been less than satisfactory. The Providence remains the heaviest ship present in our little fleet, and many of our vessels are civilian non-combatants, freighters and transports that are not suited for combat, who must be protected from vindictive NTF attack wings and invading cruisers. Yesterday, Rear Admiral Koth launched a massive invasion of the Epsilon Pegasi system. Our own forces, preoccupied with searching for the NTCV Rook, a corvette that had slipped past our lines a couple of days before, provided little to no resistance whatsoever, as Koth seized points of strategic worth without opposition. We are cut off from outside help, not only from our supplies and repair crews, but also from the rest of the GTVR, and even the remainder of 6th Fleet. Not knowing their location has rendered us unable to contact them directly, and the NTF appears to have either captured or destroyed the Pegasi communications terminal, meaning that we cannot contact superior officers through there either. We cannot fight a war against Koth's fleet without significant backup, to be precise, the GTD Disciple. Hence, our priority is to re-establish communications with either Admiral Wilson or GTVA Command, whichever is closer. Once we have done that, we can turn our attention to turfing Bosch's traitors off our land, and out of our system. Who knows? If we take Koth down now, that might just be the victory we need to push into Polaris and end this rebellion once and for all. A couple of us officers have clubbed together and come up with something that might get us back in touch with the Disciple. Fighter pilots from the engagement with the Rook will help us in implementing this plan. The rest of us will just have to sit still a while.
Alrighty, let's go find out what Captain Peters' clever plan is.
Hello again, Alpha 1. We checked around and it appears that you're the longest serving pilot present with us that has the greatest amount of combat experience, so we've decided to send you to link back up with Command. I know it's asking a lot of you, but if we don't connect with the Disciple soon, we're done for. We need you, Alpha 1. Don't let us down.
As ever.
Epsilon Pegasi is home to 2 installations of note, Enif Station and Hippocampus Station. We suspect that any other 6th Fleeters that haven't already been killed by the NTF will be gathered at one of these 2 installations. Enif Station, regularly used by GTVR forces, will most likely be where the majority of the survivors are regrouping. However, that also means that Admiral Koth will probably have made it a priority target. The chances are that Enif Station will either have fallen, or be the center of such fighting as to make it unusable for our purposes. Hippocampus Station, on the other hand, suffers from no such troubles
that we know about.
Hippocampus Station was primarily a civilian installation, although in recent times has been host to more and more GTVR soldiers, for obvious reasons. It is possible that there are allied vessels stationed there right now, standing guard, ready to defend Hippocampus Station from Koth's ravening hordes. As the smaller and less important of Pegasi's 2 stations, we believe that Koth will forsake the civilian Hippocampus in favor of the GTVR stronghold of Enif. Thus, it is to Hippocampus Station that we shall send you, Alpha 1, in order to contact the Admiral and arrange a rendezvous for our forces, possibly at the installation itself. Obviously, we're not stupid. While Hippocampus Station may not be Koth's priority, he will have deployed troops to secure it. Should the NTF be laying siege to the installation, you will have to cross the battlefield by medium of stealth. A single fighter lacks the durability to survive the prolonged fire breaking through a blockade will require, and we can't risk civilian lives in this, which using our heavier vessels would entail. Hence, you are to fly a Loki, which, despite its failings, still has a very difficult to detect signature and should escape the notice of the NTF ships without too many problems. Remain at a distance from any patrolling hostile ships, say 600 meters, and you should make it through alive.
I mean, watch me.
Once you arrive at Hippocampus Station, you'll need communications with the Disciple. Inform Admiral Wilson or the appropriate authorities of our location and status, and hopefully we can get a dialogue going. Don't worry, pilot. We'll be back with the Admiral and the rest of 6th Fleet in no time, and Koth and his NTF will be out of Epsilon Pegasi shortly after that.
We'll see about that. Get to Hippocampus Station. It's a scramble mission, so let's commit.
It looks like we have a problem, Alpha 1.
Yes, it
All
does!
right, Alpha 1, change of plan. Seems the NTF got to Hippocampus before we did and wiped the place out. However, we're wondering whether there's a chance that one of the derelicts in the debris field might hold some survivors. If there are, then they're bound to know where the rest of the fleet is, and if they do know that, then we can open up a channel with the Admiral himself and hook up with the fleet again. Here's what you need to do. Avoiding the patrols, get to each of the intact derelict hulks and scan them for signs of life. Hopefully, survivors will be lying low in one of them, and they'll be able to give us what we need. Remember, 600 meters. Any closer and they'll be sure to notice you. You stay alive out there, Alpha 1. We're depending on you.
Alrighty. Is this debris not part of... Oh, there's disabled ships around. Alright, the closest NTF ships are 5 kilometers away, so... Oh, that's the Hawkwood. Well, we know what happens to him later. I can detect their Lokis 3 kilometers out.
The Crescendo. Nope, nothing here. Move on to the next one.
Holler,
Careful, pilot. The NTF fighters are dangerously close.
That was actually way too close. Alright. Why are they hanging out then?
A medical frigate. No survivors. Those cold-blooded.
Well, they certainly wouldn't have spared the students.
The darn vessels. Yes, Armos' battle group was helping 6th Fleet out with logistics and things for a while, before he got called to Alpha Centauri. I'm surprised there's still anything left, and just as I feared, empty.
Alright, closest MTF fighter is 3.5 kilometers away. Let's turn and burn. Get this over with. I keep checking closest target, that's why I'm flipping back and forth. They're closing, coming back this way.
Another lifeless derelict. This is just...
Isn't it, though? Just working around the edge. Of course, if I do find survivors, they're going to be more concerned with getting out of there than telling me what I want to know and having me leave them here, leave them hanging. So,
I know what the NTF are like, but this is too much. A defenseless transport carrying refugees. Dead, one and all.
ooh, they got close while I wasn't looking. All these freighters are at 100%. Hull, there's disabled. Which means the NTF disabled them and then boarded and killed everybody without damaging hulls? That was actually, oh, running 3 days closer. Go check it.
Elysium transports. They never stood a chance.
NTC Hauler, huh? Aquarius is still patrolling out that way. And they're turning away. Okay. Aquarius seems to just be chasing me. Yeah, it's just tense. As soon as I engage, they're gonna send all their fighters after me and then have to fight and kill everybody in a Loki. If I had a real fighter, I could have just done that. Give me a Herc 2, I'll murder, and some Shrevs, I'll murder all these guys. But, freighter. Aquarius is my only real danger. They're patrolling around. All the other fighters are escorting the capital ships at the outside of the debris field. The Hawkwood is actually the closest target at this point. Closest hostile target.
The Duffy. No good, Alpha 1.
Aquarius wing isn't sticking together. He's heading away.
A gas miner. Well, it's worth a shot. Ah, no. Nobody alive in there.
Alright, I'm just going to add all the not scanned ones to my escort list. There's only 2 left. I wonder if it's scripted so that it's the last one, or if I've just managed to get that unlucky. He's gonna pass within 2 kilometers. There he goes, but he's not coming right at me, so he shouldn't pass within 600. There he goes.
I'm sore. Wait. I think I have something. Alpha, cut your engines and make like space junk. We need to maintain communications. GTVA vessel, this is the GTC Providence on a secure line. Please respond. GTVA vessel, come in please.
Hello? Hello? Is someone there?
This is the GTC Providence of the Epsilon Pegasi 6th Fleet. We have been cut off from Allied command by the NTF Advance and are trying to re-establish contact with the Admiral. Can you help us?
I can help. We were hiding out in space, see, when the NTF attacked. Caught himself on his destroyer, leading the charge. It was a massacre. Everyone dead, no escape, no flights. No one got off the station alive. We were trying to get away when we got caught in the crossfire and lost engines. We shut down to hide from the patrols.
Can you tell us where exactly?
Yeah, Transmitting coords now.
Hold still, pilot.
This is the Admiral speaking. Who is this?
Admiral, this is the Providence, head of a group of GTVA vessels that were involved in the operation to catch the Rook. We responded to the blockade distress signal, but by then Koth had already broken through. We're trying to link up with the rest of the fleet, sir.
Right. Very good, Captain. We are hiding out around the orbit of Pegasus Sextus. Probably best if you get over here as quickly as possible. We've got to figure out a way to take this system back from the NDF. Admiral up.
Okay, Alpha 1, mission accomplished. Get back to the Jackson pronto.
Wait! What about us? You can't just leave us here. Please.
You'd
Indeed.
better go, pilot.
You said you cut engines, right? So just turn them back on and leave. That stinks.
Congratulations, pilot, and thank you. You did good out there. Now that we know where the Disciple is camping out, we can evacuate the station and all its guests to safety. Once the civilians are settled and the other military vessels rearmed and repaired, we can get to fighting Koth and the NTF. Vengeance for the Hippocampus will be extracted, that I can assure you. Speaking more personally, I know it's tough when we have to leave civilians behind. There was nothing you could have done to help the survivors on board the derelict, not alone in a single light interceptor, and it would not have been possible to deploy a rescue team to save them. As soon as we get back in touch with the Admiral, I'll make sure that we dispatch someone to help those people and get them out if they're still alive. We can but hope that nothing happens to them. I'm going to need your help organizing and controlling the evacuation of the Jackson in a few hours. It'll be a long and complicated process with a lot at stake and plenty that can go wrong. With someone of your caliber in the field, however, I'm sure it'll be just fine.
How's it complicated? You just turn at the subspace drive and go. Alright. Well, statistics are going to be zeros because I didn't even pull the trigger. So, this is... That's it for Battlefield. This is Paladin Gaming signing off.